Hey YouTube, how y'all doing today? Well, I don't know how this is ever going to stop, people. I don't know when it's going to stop. But that hideous monster is back at it again. I came on here a few days ago and I said, Fire Monster, you know what? It's unfair to challenge you to interior design challenges because you obviously can't compare or compete with that. So I said, let that go. But let's talk about you bought a new fun house living room. Let's talk about that, But I wasn't being harsh with the woman. I was just simply saying it's not your thing, Why don't you just let that go? She brings her ugly ass on here again. She came back from Halloween. She running her mouth about all what a wonderful time she had in Halloween. I wish she would tell me about the price, how much they spent on the bayang. What was that bill, Fire Monster? That's what we want to know about, honey. Make it interesting. Tell us about how much you spent on the bayang for Hollywood. For a Halloween night. Obviously, everyone you were with, they seemed like they partake. All right, people, I've taken to doing this lately. Fair use. I think people say you're supposed to keep it down to a minute or two. Just a minute. We want to hear what she got to say, and we'll respond to it, okay?
Right here. Down like this. And y'all know he ain't going to do nothing but run live and go crazy.
So why are you doing it?
That's all. No one's impressed. No one's intimidated. No one cares, inmates. Okay?
Why you keep calling me inmate? Is that what you call your family members?
Out of yourself. And then you got the nerve to say the show is ghetto, but you sit on your channel and do.
Come on, girl. They only want me to use a minute or so. Come on.
Same exact spots.
Okay, here's what she's doing.
Compare my brand new stuff with his shit that's been in the same place for 3.
Listen to this, people. Okay,
everything
come on.
That's happening on the show. You cussing. You beefing. You going off.
I'm writing too.
You threatening people's lives.
Mm-hmm.
Every single day you beefing.
Mm-hmm.
Bitch, you could have stayed on the show.
The show. Come on, Fire Monster. Bitch, we ain't got all day, girl.
It ain't like you got off the show and did something different with your life. The hell? Is he okay?
All right, people, here it goes.
Okay. Ooh, my receipt is here. Let me pull this up so I could show y'all Exhibit A, honey.
She's showing you the receipts now. She's showing you my bedroom.
Show you that this man's shit has been the exact same for at least the last 3 years. And this is who he wants me to compare my brand new stuff.
You said it right, stuff.
Shit
Okay. So she's saying that my apartment in my bedroom, it looks the same as it did 3 years ago. What in the fuck is this Fire Monster talking about? Fire Monster. When you design a room, I design a room in mind that it will never change. Every item in my apartment is where I put it. There's my chair, I put it there. Everything you see is with loving care. It's my house and I live here. Fire Monster. People don't change particularly if they design with classics. The whole point behind classic design is that it doesn't change. So I decided to try to educate you today. Although I know it's hard. It's hard for you to learn anything, right? But I'm going to give you an example. Okay. I don't know if you guys can see it because I got her picture up there. You see this room here? Architectural Digest, right? This is, David Copperfield's room. But all through it, you find various rooms, gorgeous classics rooms, things like that. My point is this. This magazine was published in 1995. The amazing thing about Architectural Digest is that, generally speaking, all of these beautiful classic rooms, they don't change. No, honey, you don't put a $30,000 painting on your wall and what you do, put it in the garage the next year. Gorgeous rooms. See, the point is, My whole goal is you can't tell what year the room was done. That room there, which I think is beautiful, classic style. That room is in 2000. They could be any time. You can look at a room, a well done room, Fly Monster, that was done in 1980. And all you're going to notice is that, well, the computer, they don't use those kind of computers anymore. Or you see a television somewhere, some electronic thing, they don't do those anymore. And you might get an upgrade on one or two items. But generally speaking, people don't change their rooms when they're making classic interior design. Because we put time and money into the things that we purchase for our apartments. It's not like you, Fine Monster, who you wouldn't took the buying money. I guess you took a half a buying and did your whole apartment. I mean, you did the whole thing in, what was it, a weekend? And then you bought this junk that you find out on the street. I mean, you have, what are those things planking your television? Isn't your television where you sit and that is your focal point? So everybody is sitting in your chair, in your plastic sofa, and they're looking at this wall, right? And did you have the nerve to go and buy $10, $11, what are those things called? They're not called anything. They don't have a name in design. Those cheap ass things you have on the side of the television, Fire Monster, and you call that the design? So you have the nerve to bring your funky black ass on here again and try to talk about interior design with me? Haven't you had enough? Let's listen to some more. No, we're only going to listen to a little bit more.
And in the same place for 3 years.
Why wouldn't it be in the same place for 3 years? Girl, this thing, it's all in the same place. What the fuck are you talking about, Miss Thing? Girl, it's very rare that I move anything in my house. I put a lot of time in it to where it's total exactly placed where I wanted it to be. Miss Thing, what are you talking about? You went out and bought this goddamn junk because your junk, the stuff that you buy and you purchase, you just put that out on the street. Ain't nobody saving nothing like that, girl. We know that. Hold on a minute. Are y'all still with me? I don't even know. Is y'all still on here or not? Let me see if I can make this smaller. And then go down here and make this screen bigger. So she's on here talking about how my apartment, my bedroom, the same statue was in it. Fire Monster. That junk that you have in there, that $10, those $10 shelves you put beside the television, you probably throw that away. Somebody will bump into it or whatever, and it just fall apart. It's just a piece of junk, right? You throw that out, whatever. So maybe in your income level, maybe the people you used to live with, they do change their apartment every year because they ain't paying anything for it. I mean, you didn't pay no more than the price of a bayang on that sofa that you bought, right? Or many people are saying that she didn't buy that couch. That would explain why it has it doesn't seem like something that a woman would buy for herself and her daughter. It's because she was probably given the couch or found it outside on the street. We see that every day. Unfortunately, many times when you put furniture out on the street, even if it's good furniture, because people who have money, you know, they just put things out just because they want to, right? But the homeless people who are sleeping on the concrete, they'll come along and they'll take those pillows off of there, or they'll spray paint on the furniture or whatever, right? So you have to get it right away. So something she done drug in off the street, basically. And then she went and purchased a can of paint. How much is a can of paint, Fire Monster? I haven't bought paint in a while, but let's say $25, $30. So you pay $30. Your lamp, that's another $15. So that's $25. The couch, maybe you paid something for it. I don't know. Maybe somebody in the building they got a new couch and they just gave you that, right? The television, which has sat on the floor for 2 years, you finally got somebody that lifted it up off the floor, right? But you, being the arrogant kind of creature that you are, you wouldn't take advice about how to place the television. So you got it way up on the ceiling. I guess that's for when you lean back in the couch, you can look way up on the ceiling and see the TV. Then you got a picture over the couch, which is something that was purchased at either Ross or Big Lots. This picture of this chandelier. I'm showing you, I have a real chandelier, and you're comparing it to a picture of a chandelier, right? I didn't want to talk about it. I'm just saying, but this is what you want, so let's just kick it around, right? So you're telling me that I'm supposed to change my furniture every 3 years? What are you talking about, girl? If I hang a picture somewhere, it is hung there. That's it, honey. The whole point is to be timeless and classic. We want a timeless and classic style. So you don't know if you come into my apartment, if it was done in 1990, 2000, 3000, whatever. It's a timeless classic style. That is the goal, Miss Fire Monster. So no, you will never see things thrown around willy-nilly. There's no changing it because it's right. When you do it right, you ain't got to keep changing it. And but you're going to bring your ass on here and then you tell me you're going to show it again today in the brighter light. That's what you want to get in here and be arguing with me about interior design with? Girl, are you serious? You're only making a fool of yourself. You're going to make yourself appear to be foolish again. You want to talk about something, Fire Monster? Tell us about how much you spent on that boyai. We want to know about the boyai. You see? How much did you go on that party bus with? You can say how much the party bus costs. You can say how much the casinos, how much people spend at the casinos. How much people spent on the little trip, but you ain't said shit about how much you spent on the boyai. And we know there was boyai because you already are a confirmed drug addict, right? You came here out of drug program. So we already know you're a drug addict. So we sitting here watching you drinking and asking other people for their alcohol so you can drink it as well. You're obviously smoking weed, blunts and all that kind of stuff. You'll say that's legal now. But basically, we see you being a drug addict. We're trying to figure out, well, how the hell was she a drug addict when she's in program and then she's not a drug addict anymore? So obviously, if you're doing those drugs, you're obviously doing your primary drug, which is the boyai. The boyai. Oh, 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 oh. Tell us.